All right, we're looking at number 19, which is an absolute value inequality. Okay, so same as we would do with an equation, we want to get the absolute value isolated to begin with. So I'm going to start by adding 3 to each side to get us started. And that will give me absolute value of 9 plus n is greater than 3. Now that we have our absolute value completely isolated, we can separate it into 2 separate inequalities. So I'm going to have 2 separate ones here. I'll have 9 plus n is greater than 3, and that's basically just what we had here without the absolute value symbol. But then for my second inequality, I'm going to have 9 plus n. That won't change. But now I need to have this being a negative 3 over here. And since we're changing this to a negative, essentially it's like this what we would do if we were dividing or multiplying by a negative number. I need to flip the sign. So if you made an error, it might be that you forgot to flip the sign here. And then now from here, I'll go through and solve. Should be pretty straightforward. N will be greater than negative 6. And then over here, n will be less than negative 12. Okay, so just a few key tips here. If we look up here, if we remember our little hints and tips, this is going to be a great OR problem. But even if I completely forgot that, I should be able to, once I start graphing it, see what this looks like. So I'm going to draw my graph. You guys have it drawn on your paper, but I'm just going to draw it in here. It might look a little different than yours. But I'm going to put my negative 12 here, my negative 6 here. So I know n is going to be greater than negative 6. So I'll start there. Open circle. And then n is going to be less than negative 12. So that would be this direction here. So even if I forgot that this was an OR problem, once you graph it out, you can clearly see that both the things couldn't be true and, right? It would have to be an OR problem. So I do want to make sure that I go back and include that OR in my answer. And it would look like